Peggy knows me from prettypapercards.com. I'm so thankful that you've joined us today. I'm here with Ellie, my little Yorkshire Terrier, and I am here from Pretty Paper Cards. It's my blog, it's my little business, and we make beautiful cards, and we enjoy doing it. We use Stampin' Up products, and Ellie sits with me in my craft room in her little pink leopard covered bed, and we have a lot of fun together. And we have a lot of fun when you pop on, and when I do the Facebook Lives, I love to see you. So I'm going to check my computer here and make sure that we really are live. Okay, it looks like we're going. And I'm just anxious to show you some fun things today. We're going to do a neat tutorial, and I'm glad that you're here. So let's see, what's new? Well, did you have a nice Valentine's Day? I hope you did. Ellie wore her little Valentine sweetheart dress with the little conversation hearts on it, and we had a lot of fun. Didn't we, baby? Yeah, she's been outside today. It's been warm, and she's been sitting in the sun. We've had some up and down weather. It was raining yesterday, and today it's warm and sunny. Anne, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. News. What do I want to tell you about some news? Celebration. One of the biggest sales that Stampin' Up! Has during the year only has 12 days left. It ends on February 28th. And why is celebration important? It's important, she's yawning. It's important because for every $50 order, you get a free gift from the Celebration catalog. And the gifts are great. And none of the gifts have run out this year, which is good because sometimes they run out. Trudy, good to see you from Virginia. Diane, we're having a good day so far. Tammy, good to see you. Thanks, girls, for popping on. And so what I'm talking about is Celebration only has 12 more days. And if you wanted to get any of the free gifts, now's the time to do it with your $50 order or your $100 order. And I'm going to show you today our project today. Our card is going to be using one of those Celebration, the Friendly Hello stamp set and designer series paper. So I want to show it all to you and make sure you know about it before it's over. And then also, it's a fabulous time to join Stampin' Up! Because if you join during the next 2 weeks, you get 2 free stamp sets in addition to your starter kit, which is only $99, but you get $125 worth of product, and it all ships free. And that combined with the 2 stamp sets is a great deal. Eleanor, good to see you too. Thanks for popping in. So if you want a discount on your products, you get 20% off to start, and then after a while you move into the 25% off area for everything you order after the starter kit. And I've been doing this, I'm coming up on my 10-year anniversary. You're gonna know because I'm gonna make a big deal about it. It comes up in May, my 10 years with Stampin' Up! And I'm really excited. I can't believe it's been that long. I've had just so much fun, and I'm still having fun every day. I love making cards, and I love all the new products. And so if you've ever wanted to get a little discount, it's a good time to join. And you'd be part of my team, and I would take good care of you and help you out. So I'm so glad you're here today. Okay, other things to know. The Altogether suite is something that, it's a suite that they've released. And I'm going to show you the flyer here. It has a great stamp set, which I believe will be continuing on in the annual catalog. The dies, I don't know if they will. The paper will not carry over, but the beautiful neutral blends, I'm trying to get a good camera shot for you. Hello, Marcia, good to see you from Texas. These neutral blends, it's the Neutrals collection, the Stampin' Blends alcohol markers. Several of them are already out, so they'll get them back, but we've sold them all for now, and you know the shipping issues. So you can't get the collection anymore because right now, because they're out. But definitely, if you want to get those, they're available. If you go on my online store, you'll see which ones are available, and snap those up while you can. They're $9 per package. It comes with light and dark, and the rest of the collection is available now, but will not be available. I believe only the stamp set carries on into the new annual catalog, which starts in May. So if that looks good to you, really, I'm just saying that for everything nowadays. If it looks good to you, get it now, because with all the shipping issues and production issues, it's just hard to know. But when it's in, it's in. And that's what I'm telling everyone, just get it. Okay, I'm going to put Ellie down. She's yawning a lot, and so I'm going to put her down so she can go sleep in her little bed. And I want to talk some more, just a little bit, about the Celebrate Today magnet board kit. I talked a lot about it the other day, and I made a little video of it. It wasn't a live, but you can find it on my YouTube or on my, also on my blog. I did a blog post about it yesterday, I think. And I have just been having so much fun with this kit, and as far as I know, it's still in stock. I ordered 2 for a customer this morning, and it is just fun. It's a magnet board, which is lightweight, inside of a frame, and then it comes with all the fun decorations. So you just put together these little things. It comes with the magnet clips. It's totally fun, and it fits our cards. You know, you could just, I'm displaying one of my cards right now. I don't want to take my camera out of the stand to show you, but if you look on my blog from, I think it was yesterday, I had some snapshots of that, I think. And I showed it to you before. But you can post your cards that you make, your projects that you make on that. One girl I heard of even took the board out of the frame and put it on her refrigerator. So it's very versatile with to-do lists and little pockets. And if you, hey Roz, good to see you. So if you're interested, get that Celebrate Today magnet board kit. It's only $25. That's why you can get 2 and give 1 to a friend. It's really, really a good deal. Okay, let me see. I did want to remind you about my host code for this month. So if you spend $50, if you got 2 of those darling magnet board kits, 1 for yourself and 1 for a gift, you get my host code gift this month. And it's the gingham embossing folder. And that is free. So think of it, if you spent $50 and got 2 magnet board kits, you would get my host code gift, the gingham embossing folder, and you get to pick a free gift from Celebration if you do it before February 28th. It's a great time to shop. My host code is right above here, and just use that when you shop. It's kind of on the first page when you first come in and put your name on the ordering form. And there's a place to insert the host code. And be sure you get the right one. If you wonder, it's always on my blog on the right-hand sidebar. And you can always find that month's host code. But I don't always give away an embossing folder. So this is really a good deal this month. So you've got 12 more days to take advantage of this. And I love to give good gifts to you guys. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is the prize that I give away every time that we get together on Facebook Live. And I'm not going to award last week's prize because I want to do that at the end. But what I do want to tell you about, just so you know, and you can start putting down prize in the comments, is that this week's prize that I will award next Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022, and you can put the word prize on YouTube or on Facebook, and I'll see it, is dies. The sheep dies. These are now retired, I think. Maybe not, but anyway, I have a set of sheep dies, and if you want them, write the word prize. I know for a while they were out. I thought they were retired, but maybe now that I'm thinking about it, they're not. But anyway, I have some. And if you want them, if you want to be entered in the random drawing, then put the word prize for the sheep dies. I'll remind you again at the end, but I wanted to tell you now so you can make sure to write that word prize, because I think dies are always a great gift. Oh, some of you having a little bit of trouble? Thank you, Roz. I try. I want to. I'm not like really big demonstrators, but I try to give really good gifts. Okay, here we go. Today we are going to do, I have to just look and check the name I gave it, the horizontal Dutch door card. And we're going to use current Celebration products. So let me turn you down here and I'll show you what we're going to do. Let's see. Okay, keep trying. There we go. Okay, we're all set. Hi, Linda Brady. Good to see you. So the set we're going to use today from Celebration, you can only get it free from now until February 28th, is the Friendly Hello set. It's a stamp set, a darling stamp set, and designer series paper, and I love both. This one is a $100 for a $100 or more order, but it's totally worth it. There is so much that you can do with this, and that's what I want to show you today. If you have the Celebration catalog, it's on pages 12 and 13 of your Celebration catalog. Okay, so let's find the card we're going to do today. Here's the card we're going to do. We're going to make together, and I'm going to teach you. And here's a little envelope that I put a flower from the stamp set. So this is the horizontal Dutch door. I've been really loving the Dutch door. I was in a little meeting where they taught how to do this, and I'm just using it all the time because I think it's so much fun. Hi, Pam. Good to see you. Thanks for sharing. So here's how it works. It's a Dutch door, and it opens, and there's the inside where you would write things, but this is the way it works. Now you could also decorate this whole side if you wanted to. I did not do that, but that would be beautiful if you did that. And this is the designer series paper, the Friendly Hello designer series paper, and this piece is also with the bird. And we're going to cut out a piece, and I'll show you how to do that in a few minutes. And then this is one of the sentiments in the set. Let me show you the stamp set. Here it is. It's really beautiful. It's one that has everything I like. Great sentiments, one big bold sentiment. And I stamped this because I thought I might use the big bold sentiment on our card today. And I wanted to show you how big and bold it is. Look at how big that is. It's great, but it didn't go, I didn't think, with the way that the bird and the flowers are so delicate looking, because it would have been humongous for this particular card. But that's what it looks like, and I cut it out here with one of the Stitch So Sweetly dies, which I think most of you have, because I recommend them so much. So that's how this one sentiment looks. And then here are the stamps and the other sentiments. It's a great set for free. It's an even better set for free. So let's learn how to make the Dutch door. I've shown it once before, but I'm going to show it again. And for this card, the card base is just half of an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, cut down lengthwise. So the cardstock is 8.5. You cut it lengthwise in half at 4 1/4. So this piece is 11 by 4 1/4. Yes, Ross, it is an amazing set. And score at 5 1/2. And I'm going to get out now my paper trimmer, my Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, because we are going to use that to create this card. Uh-oh, I need to set, I'm not quite ready. I have to set it off to the side. I've already got this scored, and I wanted to teach you a little something about scoring. Sometimes the scoring, I scored it on the paper trimmer, and I have an actual scoreboard. Sometimes it doesn't score exactly right. And so what I always do before I burnish my score line, I match the two ends together and hold them pressed down tightly with my left hand, since I'm right-handed. And then I just move my my bone folder down like that and get it scored, so I know that it's scored right at the right place. And that way I don't have, it doesn't overhang or anything. Because sometimes the scores just are not altogether correct. We want them to be, we try our best, but sometimes they're not. So that's the way to correct that. So now we're going to create the Dutch door card. And so what we're going to do is, this is how it opens, okay? Just like this. So what we want to do is cut out this section of the card, the front top. So what I'm going to do is place my card upside down with the front at the top, and I'm going to cut off 2.5 inches. So I'm going to place this edge at the 2.5 inch mark right there. And then I'm going to bring my cutting blade all the way to the top, and what I'm going to do is bring it down to the score line, okay, the score line that we've burnished. And the way to do that, I don't know if you can see, but there is a little line right here, an indentation. It's pretty hard for you to see, but if you have one, you can notice it, and it shows you right where the blade is. So I'm going to bring that little line right down to the score line, and even a tiny bit over, because I want to go on this side of the score line. And it's done that exactly. So there it is. It's cut it just the way I wanted. Now all I have to do is, wow, that looks like kind of a lot, but it was 2.5. Okay. Now I'm going to, that just doesn't, let me just think a minute. Maybe it was only 2. Let me check my sample card. I think I might have done it backwards. Here's my trusty little, that is 2.25, and that is 2. I think I was only supposed to cut 2 inches. You can't trust me when it comes to numbers, I'm telling you. And you know what? I cut another piece just because I thought this could possibly happen. I'm reaching up in my cupboard, and I scored it too. I thought, Peggy, you might make a mistake. Okay, so I'm going to do my folding again, and we're going to get it right this time. So I'm cutting off 2 inches on the top. That's the way I want to do it. Okay. Now let's go back and try it again. Okay. Now you get to see it twice, and it reminds you of how to do it. So we're going to cut off 2 inches at the top, bring our cutting blade up there, come down a little past the score line, and then we're going to put it in this way and put that score line right on the blade opening, right like that. And we have to get our cutting blade up to the top. Donna Kopinski, good to see you. I could have flipped it over. Well, you know, when you're doing this live, kind of like, you just forget things, Allison. You are absolutely correct. But I'm just gonna ignore me. I just want to show it to you exactly right now. On this one, what I did is I came a little on the wrong side of the fold, and so I'm going to go back in because I want to trim that little fold off. And you know, it's a good thing that you see this, because you can see the different issues that might come up. And we're going to keep this 2-inch piece. And so there we go. There is our card. Now let's bring back our other card base. And Allison is right. But did I have this one at 2? I might not have even. I didn't even have it at 2. I was talking too much. That's what happens, is I talk to you guys and I forget what I'm doing. And this looks just a little funny right there, so I'm just going to trim that up a bit. Okay, we're going to retain this piece. Now we're going to start putting all the decorations on. And I've pre-cut a lot of these pieces because I wanted to emphasize the creating of the Dutch door fold. So what we're going to do first is we're going to decorate the inside of the card. And we're going to put a piece of, I'm coming in 1/8 of an inch on every side. Shaded Spruce is one of the colors in this beautiful Friendly Hello Designer Series paper. And so I grabbed some Shaded Spruce and I cut it 1/8 of an inch in from the border, which is 5.5 by 4.25. And so that, then I came in another 1/8 of an inch for the Designer Series paper. So the Designer Series paper is 5.25 by 4. And I'm going to glue those two together because that, you can see so much of the inside on the outside of the card that we want to make it really pretty. And look at the back side of this Friendly Hello paper. It's just so pretty. I think it's excellent for spring. We can use it all spring. And remember, when you adhere this piece, then that it's just the tiniest little frame of the dark shaded spruce that shows through. I personally like it. I think it just really sets it off. It frames it without being too heavy when you do a 1/8 inch frame. And what it is 1/8 total, so it's kind of 1/16 on each side. And then we're going to put this in, and again, just barely, just that little bit. And I can see over here how I did it. I cut just a tad bit crooked, so I'm going to go in there and fix this. You all can probably do a much better job than I can. There we go. Okay, very nice. I know Donna Kopinski is great with her numbers, and she's a great measuring girl, so I'm sure she's getting these. She can do this in a flash. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on our bottom piece, the bottom of our Dutch door. So this measurement, let's check it for you, is 2 1/4 by 5 1/2. So what I'm going to do, I already pre-cut, and I came in 1/8 of an inch, so 2 1/8. Excuse me, 5. Okay, it's 5 1/2 less than 8. That's what I know. I'm telling you guys, I am not a number person. 5 1/2 less than 8, so that would be 5 3/8 is this shaded spruce piece by 2 1/8. And then here's our designer series paper again, coming in another 8, and this is 5 1/4 by 2. So we're going to do the same thing again because we want the Dutch door card, the top, to coordinate with the bottom. How many of you have made Dutch door cards before? I'd like to know. Give me a comment and let me know. I've just found them to be really different and fun. It is pretty paper, Pam. It is very pretty paper. Okay, now we've got this glued together, and all we need to do is adhere it to the front. And see how pretty that looks, because it's exactly the same. It's carrying along the same border all along. So let me know if you've made Dutch door cards and what you think of them. The cutting of the card is actually my hardest part, but I make it work. Okay, now we're going to put that on, glue that part on, and there is that. Now we're really ready to decorate. You've made them, Donna, and you love them. Yeah, once you get started, you kind of can't stop because they're so much fun. So this is the basis of our card right here, and now all we do is decorate it. So let's look at our sample again. So this piece right here is the next one we're going to work on, and that is a piece of shaded spruce, 4 by 2 1/2. And then what we want is a piece of the designer series paper, and we're going to use a different one this time. We're not going to use the stripe. We're going to use the beautiful floral with the bird in it. And my goal is to cut out. You get bored, Ross. I know you do, kind of. So you need to switch it up. That's why I like to show you these things. So the designer series paper, we want it to be 2 3/8 inches wide and 3 7/8 inches long. But what I want to do is I want to snag a bird. I want to make sure we get a bird on the paper. And so I think the one I'm going to try to get is this one, because we can come down this way. So I'm remembering that it has to be 2 3/8. So what I'm going to do first is come in under the bird, under his tail, and making sure I'm going cutting the right direction. Okay, so now we have our bird right here, and I want 2 3/8 inch wide. So we'll put him this way, and let's look at what 2 3/8 is. So it's right about here, and that's good because here's his head. So we'll just go ahead and cut that. Now we've got a strip with our bird, and now we want to have it be 3 7/8. So actually I want the bird to be kind of at the left end. So I'm going to cut right about here. And And that's going to tell me how far to go to the right. So here's our bird. And we want a total of 3 7/8 inches there. And hopefully I've got my measurements right. 3 7/8 right there. And that should be the right size paper. And I pre-cut the shaded spruce, which was 4 by 2.5. So let's see if I did it right. Yes, I did it. Yay for me. I'm always so happy when I get measurements right. So there's our cute little bird. I love centering him on this piece. He's just so cute. Okay, so now we're ready to adhere this piece of designer series paper to the shaded spruce piece with just a little bit of multi-purpose glue. And again, we've cut it so that it's just like a 1/16 of an inch on all sides, just enough to make the tiniest little frame. I've just kind of gotten into this. I used to always do a 1/4 inch, but nowadays I'm into the little narrow frame. Isn't that just cute? Thank you, Donna. So what we can do now is we can go ahead and adhere this piece onto our Dutch door. This is what I'm calling the Dutch door. And so we're just going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals. And the one thing we want to watch out for is we don't want to adhere this up too high. We want to adhere it so that it is really in the middle of the card, about like that. So we've got lots of room in here to put, underneath here, to put some dimensionals. So I'm going to put 3 dimensionals down on the bottom. And that should hold it. These are the strongest little guys. I'm not kidding. When you attach something with a dimensional, you can switch it out. You can lift them up after just a few seconds, but after that, they are on there. And so now let's see if we can get this right where we want it, kind of centered on the card. There we go. And see how that little flap is just perfect. It's a little Dutch door. But now we want to put a sentiment on, right? So our sentiment is going to be the hope you have the best birthday sentiment from the Friendly Hello stamp set. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it in shaded spruce, which is the same color as the narrow border that I've given everything. And so I think it will, this is why I love Stampin' Up, you know, because you don't have to guess if your ink matches your cardstock. Megan, hi Megan, you prefer a narrow frame too. Yeah, I'm really getting into it. Good to see you today, Megan. So I'm going to go ahead and just stamp this. And remember, with the photopolymer stamps, you need a pad. I have several pads under right here, so I don't need it. But get a magazine or a Stampin' Pierce mat or something to make your impression come out real clearly. Now we're going to cut this with our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, the little baby that's so cute. And we're going to use one of the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Let me make sure I've got this in the camera so that you can see it. Okay, so here we go. And the little trick is just to make sure we get it completely really centered there from side to side and up and down. And I know some of you use washi tape. I usually get it the way I want, and then I find that I can see if it works this time. But I usually just press it down and it just goes right in and does it for me. So let me get it moving. There we go. This little guy is just so cute. I think he's my favorite tool right now. I really do, because it's so handy to keep right at your desk. And there we go. Hope you have the best birthday. I like the fact that the sentiment is a mixture of fonts. I really think I like that. So I'm going to adhere this also with dimensionals, if I can find them again. I put these things places and I don't know where I put them. Okay, not to worry. I've got more. Let me see. I've got little crumbs, little pieces. So we'll just turn that over. You know, don't waste your edges. Always just cut them up and use them as normal ones, just like that. We only need 2. And let's see, I might want to move let me see how I might want to move them. Like I told you, you can move them pretty quickly if you get them, well, maybe I can't. Okay, we'll just go with this. There, that one can be moved a little bit. That's actually the one I wanted to move up a little bit, because I want just a tad bit of this edge to hang over. So do I have, yep, I have both. Oh, that one is just not wanting to stick down. Oh, there's something wrong with it. Okay. Okay, got it. There we go. And so I want to hang this off just a little bit on the bottom and the side, just like that. So there is our front. Now we're going to add some jewels in a minute, but we need to put a place for you to write on the inside. So I have a little piece of white, basic white cardstock, and this is 2 by 5 1/8. I pre-cut it to make sure it would fit just perfectly. And what I want to do first is stamp a little bit, because this stamp set has really cute, you know, we could just do a complete stamping and not a clever fun fold. We could just stamp, because the stamps in this set are so pretty, but I really like this one for kind of a little accent stamp. So I've got it all ready on my block, and I'm going to use Fresh Freesia ink because it goes with our designer series paper. And so we're just going to put one of these little flowers in the top, and we'll turn it over and put one in the bottom rather, and one on the top, just like that. And while we have, you know what, I got a little mark there, I think from my block. So not to worry, we're just going to turn the paper over, and we'll do, I'm just having to kind of redo a few things today, aren't I? But that's okay. There we go. There's our piece. Alrighty, and while we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and do our envelope, because I always like to put something on the side of the envelopes on the outside. And I just think that's a really cute flower. Maybe I'll add another one because it's so cute. There we go. 2 cute little flowers. And you know, if you felt like it, you could do your stamping, not on the envelope, but you could definitely color these stamps in with Stampin' Blends. They would be beautiful for doing that. All right, now we're ready to put this piece inside of our card, and I've got it cut at 2 inches so that we know when we fold the flap over, it's not going to show, so you can write your personal note right in here. And nobody's ever going to know that we kind of had a little mark on the back there. Nobody will ever know, so don't tell them, okay, you guys? It's a secret. Do not tell. Nobody knows. We have all kinds of ways of fixing things, don't we? Okay, there's the inside of our card, and see, when we put this flap down, the Dutch door, you can't even see that piece at all. Now let's add some bling. And I pulled out today the Genial Gems, because they have a real pretty, I think it's actually possibly soft succulent, but I think it really goes, both of the colors go. I didn't look up to see what colors these are. It doesn't say on the back, but I really liked these greenish ones, and I do think they're probably soft succulent. And so I'm just going to grab up a couple of these. I'm going to put one on the sentiment. Let's put one right up here. It's always kind of fun to put a little gem on the sentiment. No mistakes. That's right, Donna. No mistakes at all. Because it just makes, it allows us to do things a little differently than we would ordinarily do. So I think I'll put one down here. And now we always want to put odd numbers. So let's see. Grab this one. And let's put that just right up in there. And there's our little card and our envelope. Isn't that just cute? I really love this paper and this stamp set. I think it's a set that we're going to use for a really long time. Thank you, Linda. And I don't want you to miss out on it, because it is so, it's really kind of classic. I think the stamp set itself is classic, and then they've upped it a bit by giving us this beautiful designer series paper that has both kind of a geometric look with the lines and everything, plus the floral and the birds. It's really a really nice set. So I'm going to switch you back now, and we will award our prize. Okay, so the prize from last week was these paper lattices. This is a gift that I get. This was my host code gift last month for the month of January for everybody who ordered more than $50 in my online store and used my host code. And I had one extra one for you guys. So those of you that put the word prize both on YouTube and on Facebook, I ran it through the random number generator, and the winner is from Facebook, Christina Fisher. So Christina, I don't think I have your address, so definitely email me at peggy@prettypapercards.com with your address so that I can mail this to you. And I'm going to give you 2 weeks. So today is the 16th, so 2 weeks from today. That's how long I give you to claim your prize, because otherwise, you know, I just have a bunch of prizes sitting around. So I hope you do, Christina, and otherwise I'll put it back in the pot and we'll get to use it again. But congratulations, Christina. And remember, I told you earlier, the prize for this week is the sheep dies, a whole set of dies. So if you're wanting this, I will award it next week on the 23rd. And so if you want this, put the word prize. Tammy, hi, and I see you. Hi, Holly, good to see you too. So definitely put your name if you want to be in the random number generator next week for this prize. Well, it's been really fun to be with you guys today. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed showing you the horizontal Dutch door card. If you have any questions, email me at peggy@prettypapercards.com. I know I get a little too many measurements, too many numbers, kind of blows my mind, but I hope I made it clear to you. And this will be on my blog tomorrow. So I'll try to put more measurements, the exact measurements over there for you. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll be back on Friday at 4 o'clock Pacific. So I'll look forward to seeing you then. Thank you. Bye-bye.